Last week, you submitted your first draft of your application writing, either your cover letter and resume or your college essay. And in this week's session, what you'll be doing is the next step in the writing process, which is revision and editing. And finally, publishing, which is your final draft. And with this video, I'm going to show you how you're going to be tracking the changes when you are doing the revision process. Part of the assignment this week is submitting the revisions that you will be asked to make. You'll be asked to look at vocabulary, making sure that your language is formal. You'll be looking at transitions, including some similes or metaphors, and finally a conclusion. And all of those additions, all of those changes can be tracked. And when you're doing that, you will submit a draft with all of those tracked changes. And I just wanted to show you how to do that because it's really easy. And I'm using Word, which is just usually the default. And if you are not using Word, then I gave directions to several other applications that you might be using. They're all relatively the same. So what you would do is you would click on the Review tab. You would click on Track Changes. And then you would begin the revision process. So if you were asked to look at vocabulary and you didn't think that a particular vocabulary word that you had was slang, you can highlight it and delete it. Click the delete key. And then if you want to add a metaphor, you would just add it right in the document. If you want to change the format, then you would just click and change the format. And then when you are using this tracking process for your revision for all of those things, for vocabulary, transition, metaphor, and conclusion, you're going to be asked to resolve it. So the way you would resolve it is simply by right-clicking, and you can either accept or reject. So do I want to accept this deletion? Yes. What about this metaphor? Do I want to include this metaphor? Yes, I want to include it. And then those changes will be resolved. So in this session, you will be submitting your draft with those changes to me first, because with the revision process, I want to see the revisions that you're making. So you're going to first submit your draft with the revisions. After you have completed that assignment, what you'll do is you will resolve it like I just showed you, and then you'll submit copy and paste, or not copy and paste, but then you will save the document and submit it into the discussion board. And from the discussion board, you'll get further feedback from your peers. You'll be doing some peer editing, and then you can further improve your draft from the peer editing comments that you make. Finally, after all that's done, then the editing process, which is just simple spelling and grammar, you will put it into Grammarly.com, and that will just help you further polish your application writing before you submit your final. So this is just the tool that we're going to be using, the track changes, so that I can see your revision process. If you have any questions, just let me know.